Is your Tesla Model S about to become a collector's item? The car that started it all is officially dead. Tesla just confirmed they are killing the Model S and the Model X by the end of next quarter. If you've been waiting to buy one, now is the time, because once these production lines stop, they're not coming back. All right, welcome back to the channel. Dan here from Northern Tesla. Well, it's the end of the sexy era at Tesla. And honestly, it's a bit of a gut punch for those of us who remember when the Model S first changed the world. For me particularly, it was the falcon wing doors on the X that drew me to Tesla in the first place. I really wanted one of those. But here's the kicker. Tesla isn't just stopping production. They are literally ripping out the car assembly lines at the Fremont factory to make room for Optimus robots. Elon is betting the entire house that humanoid AI is more important than the flagship luxury cars that put them on the map. Does this mean that the Model S and X are now dinosaurs? Or are they about to become the most valuable collector's item in the EV world? I'm breaking down exactly what this means for owners, the future of Tesla, and why the Model Y Juniper is pretty much the flagship now. But before we dive in, please take a second and subscribe. All right, so on the last earnings call, Elon used a phrase that really stuck with me. He called it an honorable discharge. After 14 years of the Model S and a decade of the Model X, Tesla is officially moving on. They're pivoting from being a hardware-centric car company to what they call a physical AI company. If you look at the numbers, it actually makes a whole lot of sense. The Model 3 and Y are doing the heavy lifting, and the S and X have basically become niche products. They only make up for about 3% of sales for Tesla. And other than an interior refresh in 2021, they haven't gotten much love. They've both looked essentially the same since their inception. So you can kind of see the writing on the wall. But man, seeing that Fremont space get gutted for robots, that's a wild shift. I remember when the Model S first came out, it was a flagship that proved EVs weren't just golf carts. Seeing it go is the end of an era. Let me know in the comments, are you team car or team Optimus? Because it feels like Tesla just picked a side and they aren't looking back. Will you even be able to buy a Tesla in the future? Stick around to find out. The biggest surprise isn't just that the cars are leaving, it's what's replacing them. Tesla is planning to churn out 1 million Optimus robots a year from the exact same spot where your Model S was made. If Tesla needs space to build robots, just build another factory. But Elon is essentially saying that the future of Tesla's value isn't in your garage, it's in robots. They can work a factory floor or do your laundry. It's a massive gamble. Now, we've seen the Gen 3 Optimus and it's impressive, but is it kill your flagship car impressive? To Tesla, the math is simple. A car is a tool that you use like 5% of the day, but a robot is a labor force that works 24/7. They are betting that the sexy lineup was just the foundation for a robotic empire. They have Starlink already. Starlink Skynet? Optimus kind of looks like a T-1000. No. Now, if you're currently driving an S or an X, or you're thinking about grabbing one right now, Tesla has promised that parts, service, and software support will continue. You're not getting left in the dark. In fact, I think we might see these cars actually hold their value better now that they're limited edition. Especially if you have a Plaid. You know, like think about the original Roadster, how valuable they are. You've got the last of the luxury Teslas with the high-end instrument clusters and those iconic designs. Man, the falcon wing doors. That's what I'm going to miss. Imagine a Model Y with falcon wing doors. That would be pretty cool. But if you've been on the fence about grabbing a Plaid, this is literally your last call. Once these production lines are gone, they are gone for good. There's something special about the original Model S. It's the OG. It's a car that gave us the yoke and the 0 to 60 under 2 seconds. Anyways, drop a comment if you're staying loyal to the S and X, because I want to see how many of you are left. With the S and X gone, is the Model Y Juniper the official king of the hill? Some are going to argue Cybertruck, and yes, it's expensive and has the latest tech, but it's too controversial to be the official flagship, I think. So I'm leaning for the premium Y. It's crazy to think that a crossover is now the flagship, But after having my Juniper for a while now, I can kind of see why. With the premium interior, the ambient lighting, and the massive efficiency improvements, it's clear where the engineering focus went. Clearly, it wasn't on the S or X. Tesla is streamlining everything down to the Model 3, the Model Y, and Cybertruck. It's leaner, it's meaner, and it's a lot less luxury sedan than it used to be. For some of you, this might be a deal breaker, but given its sales, that's only some of you and a very small percentage of you. Even if the lineup is getting smaller, the tech is getting better. The Juniper feels more premium than my old Model 3 ever did. And maybe that's the point. They don't need a $100,000 sedan if they can make a $50,000 SUV feel like luxury and the future all at once. So I'm okay with this. They don't need essentially luxury versions of the cars they already have. I'd rather see them expand their lineup and make a car that's smaller than 3 and an SUV bigger than the Y. Anyways, we don't need to hit the panic button just yet. Financially, this is kind of the right move. However, where it could lead, potentially, is the concerning part. We know Elon is full steam ahead with autonomy and AI. Robotaxis are fine for those already using that kind of service. Tesla will make it cheaper and a better experience for them. And for most, though, it doesn't make sense. Logistically, anyways. Think about like if you have a family, if you have kids, you pack up your kids, take a robotaxi to wherever you're going, and you have car seats with that. And then once you get to where you're going, do you have to take the car seats out and lug them around? And like think about a road trip. Like it just doesn't make sense to be fully autonomous, like a robotaxi kind of like that you can't own a car. It just doesn't make sense. And for most people, their cars are an extension of their home. They want to make it their own, and I think a lot of people are like that. I know Elon wants to push robotaxi, and that's the way of the future, but there's going to be some resistance because people don't want to do that. I just hope that it's not full steam ahead on robotaxi and Tesla forgets about making cars that people can own. Anyways, it is a bittersweet day for Tesla fans, but the mission is still the same. At least I hope so. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful and like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell and subscribe. I'm dropping new Tesla content every week, how-tos, tips and tricks, and the latest news on Juniper and beyond. And also, don't forget to check out my merch store. Got t-shirts like this one, and I just dropped some new designs. You have the FSD collection as well as the winter collection, so check them out. And be sure to follow me on my socials down here. Anyways, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time. In the meantime, drive safe and drive electric. But before we dive in, little luxury Teslas with the high-end instrument. Hi. Optimus kind of looks like a T1000. No. We're not going there.